Leviathan here, there's no denying that Ferraris make some of the world's best supercars. It's a brand that's recognized globally by everyone, well, with the exception of one or two.
Sweet, is that a Lambo?
Yeah, you really know your cars. It's actually a Lamborghini Mustang.
Gorgeous.
They come with Glocks as standard in the glove box to fend off all the haters. In the McLaren, you don't even get a glove box. And their engines are worth the price tag alone, which sounds like a well-tuned orchestra. However, that was just not good enough for me. So today I'm going to commit supercar sacrilege by talking about the 5 reasons why I think a McLaren is cooler than a Ferrari. Let's go for a cruise. Before I begin, let me start with some context. I know to some, Ferrari is more than just a brand. It's in fact a religion. So what comes next may offend quite a few of you, but it's really my personal opinion when I was trying to decide between going down the Ferrari or McLaren path. So today I'm going to talk about the 5 reasons why I think a McLaren is cooler than a Ferrari. So let's get started. Reason number 1, the hypercar experience. While McLarens are priced as a supercar, they come with a lot of attributes that you'd really only find in the ultimate hypercars. For example, the carbon fiber monocoque is something that you would typically only get in the Koenigsegg's, Pagani's, or Ferrari Enzo and LaFerrari. But you get them in all McLarens, whether it's a sport or super series. There's the active aero, which again is something that you only get in your ultimate supercars. And of course, there are the butterfly doors, which just really make the overall experience a lot more special, a lot more unique, because that's just one more feature of the car which you really don't get in your standard supercars. Ferraris, to be fair, do come with active aero, but they're very discreetly hidden all around the car. But part of the experience should also be seeing how your car dynamically changes, and in a Ferrari, you just don't see that, which is definitely a cool feature that the McLaren has over a Ferrari. Reason number 2, the overall design. I know this is a fairly subjective preference, but to me, I feel that Ferrari is no longer taking that many risks. I feel that they're being very conservative in their design, and I feel that every little decision has to be approved by a committee. Let's take the Ferrari 488 as an example. It is a gorgeous car, but the rear end was inspired by a beloved cartoon character from Ice Age named Sid. The front end was taken from a LaFerrari, which is inspired by another beloved cartoon character from SpongeBob SquarePants named Patrick. As much as I love my cartoons, I definitely don't want to drive around in a wacky racer. And I feel that McLaren just goes a step further when it comes to design. They're not afraid to take risks, and they're not afraid to experiment. And I don't feel that McLaren is worried about offending people. They're more focused on coming up with something new, something timeless, something classic, and going outside the box, which is definitely a cool factor that McLaren has over Ferrari. Reason number 3 is the brand and reputation. You all know the story where I drove to Ferrari in a Ferrari with an appointment and was never seen. Not only that, but when you're in the showroom of Ferrari, there's signs everywhere that says, do not touch, do not come near, do not sit inside. However, when I crossed over to McLaren, not only was I allowed to sit inside, but I was allowed to drive them. And that to me really just shows you how welcoming and how friendly the brand is overall. There's no questions asked. Which one would you like to drive, sir? Ferrari only gives that treatment to some of their most exclusive customers that have spent millions on cars, but I was raised to treat everyone with an equal amount of respect, and Ferrari just goes against my moral code. Then there's also the reputation of Ferrari owners. Oh, I don't want to put mileage on my car, I don't want to drive it in the rain. I don't want people to come close and blah blah blah. With McLaren, you get a completely different type of drivers. You have people that just want to share the experience with as many people as possible, not afraid to let people inside their cars and experience and enjoy it. And I feel that a lot of the supercar stereotypes really fall true to Ferrari drivers. The brand and reputation is definitely a cool factor that the McLaren has over Ferrari. Reason number 4 is the interior. Ferraris make some incredible cabins to be inside. The steering wheel with the LED lights and the carbon fiber, it is a phenomenal place to be inside. I am not denying that. But with the McLaren, it just seems a little bit more polished. The center console, the driving position, the fact there's no buttons on my steering wheel is just something I prefer. Yes, it's definitely a personal preference, but it's something which I consider to be cooler in the McLaren than a Ferrari. And finally, reason number 5 is the overall driving sensation in the McLaren. Ferraris are incredible machines to drive and experience. I am not denying that. The soundtrack alone is just phenomenal, and it's something that the McLaren is definitely weak at. However, all things considered, the McLaren is just an incredible driving machine, and I just feel so engaged when I'm driving the McLaren. The feedback I get from the steering wheel, the response I get when I put my foot down, and the way it makes my heart race when I drive this car hard. And that definitely is one of the reasons why I think a McLaren is cooler than a Ferrari. So those are the 5 reasons why I think a McLaren is cooler than a Ferrari. The intent is not to offend. If you disagree, you are more than welcome to buy a Ferrari and tell me why. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I offended. Until next time.